Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today's video is gonna be absolutely shocking. Now, first and foremost, I need to give credit where credit is due. This is all based on the Interceptor's video, and he spent a lot of time making his video going over Summoner Showdown and talking with Summoner Showdown participants. So I will leave a link to his original video where he explains everything in full detail below. Make sure to check it out in order to get kind of like a full grasp. And before I get into the remainder of the video, I also must say that I know a lot of you are going to be immediately jumping at me for you just like to bash at Kabam or you just like to complain. No, that is absolutely false. If you check my videos from earlier today, I flat out uploaded a video where I said Kabam did an awesome thing. Then I also uploaded a video where I flat out said that I don't think that Kabam's doing something malicious. I do think that it is just their error with the cow crystal rates, most likely. So I do like to keep my both feet on the ground, look at the good and look at the bad. But regards of Summoner Showdown, as many of us remember, then the tournament was extremely scuffed. Some of the matches were definitely all decided by the bug. I think most of us who watched it definitely vividly remember how Miles Morales was meant to be able to phase through Punisher's unblockable, for instance, but didn't. And there were plenty of other issues. But it turns out there were even more problems that we knew about. And as a result of that, there is an extremely high probability that wrong people qualified and the entire tournament was not a measure of skill, was much more of a measure of luck and RNG and just how Kabam doesn't screw you over kind of thing. Because every single fight in that tournament got scored with a wrong scoring system, or at the very least, every single person participated in that scoring system was given a different scoring system to what Kabam ended up using. And that is extremely important because it did affect several match outcomes. So the biggest difference and the obvious thing that we noted at the time was how it did not seem fair that the person who get KO'd faster basically ended up winning several matches. Because that was part of the scoring system, time remaining in the fight. So if you dealt some damage, got KO'd very quickly, you were much more likely to win than a person who did more damage but played longer than you did. So anyhow, the point is, according to the information given to every single finalist of Summoners, every single semi-finalist and finalist of Summoner Showdown, the points for each second remaining in battle only counts if the defender is defeated. If the defender is not defeated, those points should not have been awarded. And that's extremely vital because a lot of the fights, the defender was not defeated due to them playing very passively and throwing special attacks and all that other good stuff. But fact of the matter is, the scoring system in Summoner Showdown was wrong, or the information given to every single semi-finalist was wrong. In which case, also their preparations were wrong, because that also affected their strategies, where they, purposely selected their decks according to the information that they had. And then, to break kind of like long story short, Finn still would have advanced, basically, and that was the only semi-final where this scoring system error did not affect anything. Ultimately, it looks like Abdo had more chance of qualifying than Yandos did. Or Yandos still could have qualified, but a third round should have been necessary. And when it comes to USA semifinals, basically every player still had a chance to qualify. Nothing was decided. Imble still had a chance to qualify, Wergrim still had a chance to qualify, and Happy McMuffins still had a chance to qualify, or it would have gone even further to a tiebreaker. But fact of the matter is that basically each and every single one of these players still had an opportunity to push through and qualify, and it was not clear at all who will get through. And as all of this could not get any better, which is kind of shocking enough, right? I suppose it's shocking, to be honest. I'm not that shocked. I'm just, I don't know, interested in the subject, I guess. But very little at Kabam shocks me these days. Either way, the best part is that all of this information, all of this research got gathered and sent to Kabam, sent to the people who organized this tournament, with the changes described to them. What would have changed and what would not have changed. And again, absolutely amazing ton of work the Interceptor put into this video. You don't know his channel, check him out. And, you know, credit where credit is due. He went over every single fight, every single match, every single score to get to these results. And point being is that only one of the three finalists, which was Finn, was actually kind of guaranteed a spot in the finals if the scoring system was correct. And two of the other finalists were still yet to be determined. And all of that got sent to Kabam employees shortly after the tournament ended. So that was, I believe, at beginning of November when it all got sent to them. I think the tournaments aired at October, somewhere towards the end of October. And at the beginning of November, all of this got done. All of this got accumulated. And none of it had been addressed. Absolutely none of it. And that is even more worrisome. We are legitimately dealing with people who can make a huge event, get people excited, get people put in effort to qualify for them and all that stuff, then absolutely scuff it all, completely mess it up to the point where bugs affect the gameplay. They have like their own technical issues and whatever else not, silly scoring system, and turns out completely different scoring system gets used to what semi-finalists were prepared for, and they don't even address it. Only thing that they did address was the miles bug, which was impossible not to, because it was in front of everybody's eyes and everybody was talking about it. But this is significantly bigger issue if you think about it, because they're talking about only one specific fight, or, you know, a couple fights where he might have reconsidered using miles afterwards. This is way bigger deal, and in typical corporate fashion, I don't know, close your eyes, hope it goes away. Close your eyes, hope nobody talks about it. Close your eyes and ignore it. But either way, it has been, what, 3 months now? And even the participants themselves cannot get Kabam to answer them or address the issue. And just so you guys know that I'm not out of line here, every single one of the 9 semi-finalists spoke about this, pieced the message together that they sent to Kabam, and every one of the 9 people agree that the winner was not determined. Even Happy McMuffins, who won the entire thing, agrees that this is wrong. And again, absolutely no discredit to Happy McMuffins. There's still possibility that he could have won. He's still a great player. But fact of the matter is, now almost every one of those 9 people, at least, well, let's count about it, at least 5 of those 9 people could have won. And that is the best we have gotten. This was like the best tournament Kabam has ever put up, right? And this is their best. Make a big tournament, screw it up, and then run away from their mistakes. And again, you might think whatever you want of me, and that I just like harping at Kabam. That's not true. And if there is one thing that I have matured into my recent years, is that you can't run away from your mistakes and your problems. And if I have managed to come to that conclusion at age of 31, surely you'd think that a collective intellectual prowess of a corporation or company with as many intellectual people working for them as Kabam would understand that this looks absolutely dreadful. And they still haven't addressed it. So here is my task of you. Well, the first task is go check out Interceptor's video for full-on details and more screenshots and more information. And the second task is, why don't we ask them? Why don't we ask Kabam what happened in Summoner Showdown and why they are okay with giving out completely different scoring information to their semifinalists than they end up using in the semifinals? Or why they are okay with simply using completely wrong scoring system at semifinals? I think that's a very, very important question. What do you guys think? I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the